The start of one of the biggest success stories in metalcore, let's take a look at some of the OG boys. Welcome to Reincarnate Does Music, where today we're looking at the first studio album from metalcore band Motionless and White, Creatures. This is the album that launched the now quite storied career of Scranton's own masters of the genre, and in many ways the band has since evolved completely and furthered the band's initial concept into the juggernaut it is nowadays. Between the formulaic songs that many have tried to replicate over the years, to the iconic songs that still feature on their setlist to this day, Creatures is an undeniably powerful start to their career. But how does it measure in a critical sense? Tackling the big name tracks first, we've got the two biggest heavy hitters with Abigail and Immaculate Misconception. The latter track kicks the album off, and right away we get a sense for both the band's musicality and the messages that Chris Motionless will look to deliver on vocals. A lot of the lyrics here can be attributed to people who use their identity and quote-unquote power as a Christian, or someone with a form of higher status just to bring others down. Instead of doing something positive or helpful, something good with their time and position, all they do is attack others in malicious ways, and so on and so forth, just make an ass of themselves. Along with this, the song serves as a hopeful track, with lines such as, "To all the kids whose letters I receive, the broken-hearted, the damaged just like me, I will be your voice to let the world know we stand as one. We're standing right here, so come and fucking get us." Chris is speaking out to the listener and telling them that they aren't alone, and that he'll stand right next to you in a world of division. Another line I really like is, "If all these words you speak of meant a thing, I take back all the lies against you that I sing." Right there, he's saying that if any of these words meant a damn, he wouldn't be putting forward his own brand of aggression. But the situation demands the screams, blast happy drums, and piercing string work that make up the song. The entire song also boils down to just wanting to do something, make a change, but being forced to be pissed off and angry because the people and the world around them are just a bunch of dickheads looking to cause issues. Abigail is a song with a similarly easily to digest lyrical idea, a play on situations in the play, The Crucible, and lead man John Proctor's perspective to Abigail during the Salem witch trials. A lot of the lyrics are either indirect retellings of the events within it, or direct quotes such as the "I say God is dead" bit. Fun fact, I actually played John Proctor back in my school's little, in-classroom production. I'm kind of a fucking goat. The song is complemented greatly by the guitar work from Ryan Satowski and Thomas Bell, who both provide a thunderous breakdown as well as intricate, fret-bouncing sections from start to finish that make the song arguably one of the hardest on the album in terms of ferocity, all things considered. It's not just Abigail that sees elements borrowed from fiction and famous events, as We Only Come Out at Night and London in Terror are songs that reference the Lost Boys and Jack the Ripper accordingly. London in Terror specifically shows off a lot of Chris's clean vocals early on in the album, in between songs, where a lot of the vocal focus is on the screaming. But I also got a lot to take in from the drummer, Angelo Parente. Both on this album as well as on Infamous, the drumming for Motionless and White was a very underrated part of the equation before the band's full lineup seemed to really glow up and become a whole different beast on Reincarnate and beyond. But Angelo's contributions in the early portions of this band's career needs to be noted on songs like this, as well as Puppets the First Show, which we'll get to later. Going back to We Only Come Out at Night, this song is inspired by Lost Boys and sees a more measured and careful approach to song structure compared to the rest of the album. Outside of Ryan and Thomas providing expectedly interesting guitar work, the rest of the members take a sort of break from the pure adrenaline to let the track, and more importantly Chris's vocals, shine that much brighter. One thing that not a lot of people talk about when it comes to Creatures is the unexpected moments that come in the background of many songs. I just talked about We Only Come Out at Night, but going back to it, we have some very attention-grabbing synth portions that are likely a leftover piece of the puzzle from part of the song coming from When Love Met Destruction. The overall approach to .com Part 2, which is the second part of the very enjoyably titled Schizophrenic Cannibal Sex Fest.com off of that older album, feels very much like pre-Creatures MIW in the best way as well. The album was quoted by Chris to be a sort of bridge between eras of the band for fans, and it's moments like these two songs with references and rebuilt songs from the past, and the lovingly crafted title track that even features some lyrics from the fans of the band themselves that really tie the idea together in a nice bow. To avoid rambling on and on about each track, as tempting as that is, let me just say that this album is essential to the early framework of metalcore, before the true explosion that I believe albums like Sempiternal by Bring Me the Horizon would provide. MIW is a band that begs to be dug into and experienced rather than listened to, and this powerful album is a prime example. For those reasons, Creatures by Motionless in White gets a 9.1 out of 10, and that's the review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I hope you're having a good day, hope you're staying hydrated, stay tuned for more similar reviews to this in the future. I'll see you next time.